Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome, of course, to Exam 2. Exam 2 is going to be really critical for you to get a good grade in this class, so we want to make sure we take our time and really study before taking the exam. Exam 2 is here this week. Then we move on to let me pull it up real quick so I don't get it wrong for you guys. Week 13, we have two chapters that we have an overview for in week 13. Week 14 is our final exam review, and then week 15 we'll jump into our final exam. But you can take a look at that in the announcement page, of course. But just a reminder, the exam does require Lockdown Browser. The instructions for Lockdown Browser will be located underneath this check-in video, so be sure to take a look and use those as needed. So this is the Exam 2 review. Out pen and paper and take notes here. This is what you need to know for Exam 2. So make sure you understand what the Bill of Rights is. What is the Bill of Rights? Respondeat superior, know what that term is. There's a lot of true or false in this. It's going to be true or false, short answer, of course, multiple choice, and essay. There's a few essay questions. Know what liable. What does it mean when you're liable? I'm sure you already know that, but vicarious liability is important. OSHA. What does OSHA stand for? What about the difference between state and federal legislation? And what about the difference between state and federal legislatures? All right. Communicating to officials about communicable diseases. Know what the rules and regulations around that is. What's the difference between Medicare and Medicaid? Know what the difference between Medicare and Medicaid. What is the EEOC? The EEOC. Know the difference between a plaintiff, a defendant, and the other key areas, of course, in a trial. Know about those. What is the Constitution? What's the preamble? And what are the amendments to the Constitution? Know those things. Know and have a basic understanding of common law. What is common law? And know the difference between the branches of government, right? Executive branch, judicial branch, legislative. Know what they do. All right, there's a few questions actually on those concepts. What is the statute of limitations? You need to be sure that you're able to explain the statute of limitations. Know about malpractice. What is malpractice? Malpractice insurance and the importance of that. Okay. Know what negligence is. I know we've mentioned that in review questions before, and of course in exam 1. Know about HIPAA, privacy, and security. What is the difference between the two and why are they important? All right. What are why does HIPAA exist? What is the purpose of HIPAA? Know the purpose of HIPAA in general. There's a couple of tiers, numerous tiers in regards to HIPAA violations and penalties. Know how many tiers there are. Know what autonomy means. What is autonomy? And there's a few essay questions. I won't go through those, but you want to make sure that you take the time to answer those in full. Know what managed care is. What is managed care? And then for your essay questions, just a reminder, you make sure you use full sentences, correct punctuation. It'll let you type out as much as needed. But that's it. Only 30 questions. Again, true or false, multiple choice, short answer, and essay. It's pretty basic, and I think it's a good gearing for us to get ready for our final exam, which will be in week, of course, 15. And there'll be some differences in the dates there. They're not going to be full weeks because we have to make sure that we meet the end of the semester here. But if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, use Lockdown Browser. The instructions are located below, and the exam is due on the 30th. Do not submit the exam late. Make sure you study before taking it. And again, if you run into any challenges, please let me know. I'm here to help you. Thanks so much, you guys. Best of luck, and I'm looking forward to grading the exam.